Alright, welcome back. Ola Debadi Obi Sain. If you would like to like, share, follow, if there's certain topics that you would like to speak on and get more insight, you're more than welcome to actually comment below. Be respectful not only to yourself but also be respectful to all those who are observing and also that is involved. And anyway, peace and blessings. Welcome to Ola Debadi Obi Sain, the child of the Most High, the chosen avenger. So, I know people probably wonder, like, what's the chosen avenger? Well, chosen is that God chose me to do this, walk this path. I speak as it normal, but it's a lot of stuff we go through, and that, we just got to go through it. I remember the time when I didn't want to do it at all. I used to be doing the same thing that a lot of people are doing, drinking, smoking, having fun, really not having fun. But, the devil will make you think anything. And society make you do it, think anything. That's just to keep you out your square and keep you from being on your throne that you were destined to be on. So it took me a while to learn that. And so this journey been very interesting. Some days have been challenging than others, but we're here to persevere. We shouldn't have to do that. But when you have people who use magic and incantations and different type of spirits and all kinds of other sacrifices, y'all, you just wouldn't have no clues. It's horrible, it's sad, but these are the people that people look up to. People who are not the child of God, the male, female, whatever race, and if they were, then we wouldn't be having this conversation today, or you wouldn't see other people speaking on these things now. Some would agree and disagree. Some would say, well, okay, what do you mean? Well, I'll make it simple. These people who rules the world or run the world or have assets or controlling the things in the world, how come you don't have the same assets and resources that they have, or they selectively give to other certain people? Rather it's people who kiss ass, or rather it's people who know a friend, or rather it's by certain type of sacrifices or certain type of contracts, meaning that they're willing to do XYZ to receive XYZ. A lot of people do anything for money, but when people have to realize about doing anything for money, that money ain't gonna save you from that spiritual ass kicking or those consequences that may cause you death or cause death around you, or disabling circumstances, which can be your finances, your health, your mind, the blessings that you could have had or could have received or would have received. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Traumatized relationship, ups and downs. Ups and downs is common, but it's uncommon when people do certain things and others on the outside looking in, thinking remorsefully that they've been doing good things in their life based on how they carry themselves. The mask always fall off, y'all. It always fall off no matter what. So anyway, it cut off, and practically I was getting into the exposure about, we looked up to these people for a very long time, even current relatives, and when you find yourself growing up and finally getting to that point in life where you are adult, you're thinking things are sweet, but they're not. You find out that they're more complicated than ever because your relatives didn't teach you anything. And the reason why, because some of them participate in doing wicked stuff along with the wicked. So they didn't care to, as long as they could benefit, rather it was finances, public status, or status of anything. So that's why you didn't hear your relatives talk about it. Or some of those who did, they got knocked off, meaning they got killed by being poisoned by family members, or false accidents of every sort of accident you could think of. These things, and also with people putting insurance policies out on them without you actually knowing, and they're receiving the benefits from it. And as well as another thing people don't know, that they paid lawyers and all that to alter the paperwork and all of that, meaning they change the paperwork up to benefit them, and they split profits, however percentage it is. y'all know. A lot of y'all didn't know that, but it happens, and it is happening. Every person. Man, I read my, what's the name? Wow. Anyway, every person on the planet has an insurance policy out on him or her. You think the government? This is not an attack to the government. This is just using the entity. The entity is government. I would need to call a person's name, and then you can attack me. Rather it's the IRS, FBI, whomever, assuming like, oh, he said such and such about the government. We need to keep an eye on him. Well, I mean, you're watching everybody anyway, rather doing something or not. So feel free, do what you need to do. The Most High is looking at everybody regardless. So that's my government. So anyway, as y'all can see, I was getting to go ham, but it's the truth. Because you have men who think they control somebody, and you don't. You don't control nobody. You barely can control yourself. And if you call yourself being a leader, or you saying everybody need to follow you, well, you've been misleading and you can't lead people. So I plead the fifth. I'd rather not. Yeah, I ripped it, y'all. It's crazy. I just put my new one on, but anyway, that's not important. What's important is what I'm saying, not so much about what I look like and how I look. You know, I can dress very casual as I need to and present myself. Anyway, so let's one second. Let's just do this. Let's just do this right here for time being, right? That kills all the distraction, because that's all it is. It's a distraction. So anyway, so it's crazy, man. So if we could talk about the government, we can have these days where I can go put on a suit, we can have conversation, and I can intellectually speak about stuff, detail, think outside the box, blah, 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 and to make it official where it makes sense. And yeah, of course, there's some intelligent beings on the planet for sure, most definitely. All I'm saying to say is you can't blame nobody. Most of them fit the category of blame society, but I'm gonna tell you this, and maybe this might win them back, but all of us are responsible. No matter what you look at it, all of us are responsible, no matter what your race is, what you have, don't have, rather you a government employee, whatever. We are responsible for our actions.